Welcome to Contractors Corner. This webinar series features industry experts from Gescan's top-tier manufacturers who will share the latest advancements in technology, product training, and electrical business solutions. My name is Annika on the Gescan team, and I'll be your co-host for today. We have a very special session for you. Joining me is Digital Solutions Director, Wes Penrose, who is literally our digital and tech guru here in the company. He and his team are the brains behind our brand new mobile app and all the amazing digital solutions Gescan offers that helps our customers work more efficiently and ultimately save time and money. He'll be going through all that in a little bit, but before we begin, a few quick housekeeping items. All attendee microphones and video features have been turned off. On your screen, you should see a control panel with icons for both chat and questions. The chat panel is where you'll see all messages from us. To respond, ask a question, or share a thought, please use the questions feature. For anyone who needs to adjust their visuals, Wes will be sharing his screen later, so you can adjust your view of the screen by zooming in or out based on your preference. We also have some exciting Gescan swag bags to be given away to 5 people who participate in the Q&A later, so feel free to write those questions down while we have Wes on the line. We will also be sharing this recording publicly later today, so you can share this with your colleagues or rewatch this if you want to. So we appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to learn with us. With that, let's get into saving time and money with Gescan's digital solutions. I turn it over to you, Wes.
Thanks, Annika, for the intro. Wow, it's going to be a tough one to follow, but thank you. As Annika said, my name is Wes Penrose. I am the Director of Digital Solutions here at Gescan, and today I've got the pleasure of presenting to you some of our digital solutions. And some of more so some of the functionality within them that you might be able to leverage within your business to save time, save money, create efficiencies, and such. So just very little bit about myself quickly. So I have over 18 years experience in B2B, B2C, e-commerce, digitalization, digital processes. I've been with Gescan and Sonopar for 10 years now. As I said, and as Annika said, I'm responsible for customer digital adoption, as well as the digitalization of our back office processes. I'm based in Calgary, Alberta, married, 3 children, and 1 rabbit. It's a picture of us at having our first Chick-fil-A, very exciting day, except for obviously the wait in line. If anybody's been to the Calgary Chick-fil-A, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So let's carry through. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to focus a little bit around 2 areas, 2 main individuals within an organization. We'll focus on the owners and we'll focus on the employees. AI did these images, so you can see the employee using his tools on the computer monitor rather than on the panel behind him. Bit of a concern, but gets comforting knowing that AI is not going to take any of our jobs anytime soon. So we're going to talk a little bit about team management. We're going to talk in a little bit of depth about efficiencies around quoting and ordering, and then some of the training and audits that we offer as well. And hopefully what you'll be able to take away from this is how Gescan Solutions will be able to save you time and money. So without further ado, and what I'll do is I'm going to pop back and forth between the presentation and the website and our mobile app to show you a bit of live interaction, show you how it actually works. If there's any questions, as Annika said, feel free to pop it in the chat, and we can either tackle it at the end, or Annika can interrupt me, and we can touch upon it as we go through. So team management. So some of the comments that we get from customers is quite a bit of employees come and go. Customers are sometimes a little bit leery about giving employees access to ordering or to the app because of their pricing being visible, and order history and everything being visible. What happens if somebody leaves the organization and they still have access to it, so on and so forth. Or else we find that a lot of larger companies are subcontracting. They like the idea of ordering online or ordering through the mobile app from site, but they don't want their subs to see their pricing. They want to keep it invisible. So we support all of these capabilities. So we support in where you can manage users yourselves. So we have parent-child relationships within the web shop and the app. You can add employees on the fly. You can also remove employees as well. So if somebody leaves, then you can have them taken off of the web shop and mobile app straight away. We often get the question: should I create one login for everybody, or should everybody have their own? Always better for each individual to have their own rather than sharing an email and password for everybody to log in. It's just from an ease of use standpoint. You don't have to worry about everybody resetting their password when somebody leaves an organization. So and you can manage it yourselves, which I'll show you in just a second. And then we also support permissions as well. So you can adjust permissions for individual users. You can hide pricing. You can set order approvals where if you have a new employee or an apprentice, or if you have somebody that you want to just keep an eye on and review what they're ordering before it comes through to us, we have that built into the web shop and app. And we also have dollar value thresholds as well. So if you want to give your employees permission to order up to $250 without any sort of permission, or any dollar value for that matter, then we could put that in. And if the cart total is over that, then it pushes it to an approval for you for the owner, whoever the admin is, to review and adjust accordingly if need be. So what we'll do is I am going to just show you quickly how that works. So you can see the website. I'm in a test account here. So gescan.com. So under my account, if you are an admin, you will have this admin link. Anybody that would like to be an admin, please let me know. Ideally, you need to be the owner or the purchaser or the main contact for the account, but we can set that up, no problem. So in the admin section, on the left-hand side, you have a user and you have create user. So you can see all the users within an account within your account that's set up. So you can see right here for this dummy account, I've got these 6 accounts set up. And if you see that's actually, you know what, this person here doesn't work at the company anymore, you can delete it. Easy as that. You can go into a specific user and you can adjust their permissions. So you can change their email, or they can change their phone number, their contact details. You can block the user, and then you can go into your customer company on the right-hand side here, and you will see that you have options here under account preferences. So if you don't want them to view the price, then you just untick it and then update. If you want to allow them to order, but not order on your terms account, which is purchase order, but they're okay to order on credit card, you can set that up as well. If you want them to have their orders being approved, then you would tick the approve order, and it would go to the admin, which would be yourself for review, or anybody else. You can have multiple admins. You can set up more than one person to review the orders. If you would like to set up specific branches only for our delivery and pickup option, then you can do this here as well. So we do all of our branches by default, but if, say, for example, you want to pick up only from Abbotsford and Chilliwack because you're down in the valley, then what you can do is you deselect them all, and then you would just highlight the 2 that you want, and then you would move that over. And then so the warehouses that they will have options from to be able to pick up from on the web shop and the mobile app will be only Abbotsford and Chilliwack. So you can control the if you so choose, you can control the delivery and pickup warehouses as well. If you don't want them to do any pickup, you can deselect them all, and then their only option is going to be for delivery also. So you got a couple of options in there in terms of what you can play around with in terms of the account preferences for your individual employees. The other thing that you can do as well is that if you have a new employee, you don't have to go through the whole recreate setup. You can use the middle function, the middle icon right here on the right-hand side, which basically copies the existing user. So if you're just doing a lift and shift and you're creating a new employee, you can automatically carry over all the permissions and everything that were set up on an already existing employee. So you don't have to worry about going through and setting all the toggles and everything if you're going to be creating somebody that has the same permissions as somebody else within the company. So you have the ability to do that as well, nice and easy, without having to go through the entire process. Obviously, we can do it ourselves from an admin standpoint. We can, if you get in touch with us, we can add anybody that's that you would like to your account. But if you want to do it on the fly, or if you want to remove somebody on the fly, more importantly, usually what the more important of the two, then you can do it yourself within the admin section, or you can change permissions in the admin section as well. Okay. So let's go back to here. Share something else. Window. Okay. There we go. So that's, in a nutshell, is team management. And in the coming months and going into next year, we're going to be introducing some more options and everything as well. But as it stands within the web shop and everything currently, and when I'm going to reference to, I guess to say, I'm going to reference web shop, but web shop and mobile app are completely omni-channel, which means that anything that happens in the web shop is going to replicate on the app, and anything that you do in the app is going to replicate on the web shop. It's one experience. So you don't have to worry about setting permissions in one device or one platform and then do it again on another one. It carries over. So it is completely account wide and device agnostic. So everything that we talk about today will leverage both across the website as well as the mobile app. Okay, so the biggie, quoting and ordering, right? So I want my employees ordering specific products or specific vendors. If you have special pricing agreements, or if you got special pricing with Gescan and you want your employees to leverage those, or if you don't want them purchasing certain things or certain vendors and you want to purchase certain other ones, if you want to customize that kind of journey for your employees, or if you're running a job and the job is coded at spec material or spec vendors and you have to use those products, then we can completely accommodate that. So you have, within the website and the app, there's the ability to request as well as check out a quote. So the quote could be created by the branch, or it could be requested by yourself from the web shop. The nice thing about this is it's 24/7. So if you are owners, you're wearing 50 different hats over the course of the day, you've gone home, dinner, kids are in bed, 11 o'clock at night. Oh no, I forgot. I was supposed to approve this quote for a job tomorrow morning. You don't have to worry about texting your sales rep at 11 o'clock at night, seeing if they can log in to do it. You can go in and you can access all your quotes to the web shop, and you can flip the quote online. Everything is automated. The minute that you complete that quote from the website or the mobile app, it prints on the printer. It could be 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it could be 1 o'clock in the morning. It prints on the printer and it is at the top of the pile, ready to go for picking the next morning. If you are requesting a quote from the web shop, you're building a shopping cart the exact same way, and I'll show you how to do it in a second. But that automatically goes through to your sales rep and to the branch for them to review and adjust accordingly. And you can also submit revision requests through it as well. So if the sales rep sends it back to you, it's like, actually, no, I want 50 instead of 100. Then you can have that kind of conversation back and forth with your sales rep in the line level notes, and they can do those revisions and everything, and then they can also flip the quote for you as well internally if everything is good to go. Product lists are an extremely flexible tool that you can create for almost anything. So as I said at the top of the slide, specific vendors, specific products, you can create specific lists around a resi rough-in list, a resi finishing list, a service, a 200 amp service list, 100 amp service list, or a bedroom, a bathroom, whatever. So what we'll do is I've created a few here, and I'll go into them in a little bit of detail to show you the flexibility behind them. So again, here we are in the web shop under my lists, product lists. So these are just a couple that I threw in here for the purpose of demonstration, of just showing you some of the flexibility and some of what you can do within it. So we have customers that have lists created for service vans for restocking. So you don't have to go, so your employees don't have to go through and find products through the search. We have 60 something thousand products on the website. If you need 30 of them, bit of a pain to try and go through and try and find them all every single time. So you can create a bespoke list, or your employee can create a bespoke list, and they can just go into the van restocking list and order the entire thing in one foul swoop. Or actually, I've got a lot of these box 1110s. I just need everything else. Then you can add the entire list to the shopping cart, and then you can adjust the quantities here, or you can adjust it from the cart as well. So instead of finding the product, adding to cart, 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 you can go in to your list, add them all. Only takes a second. 60 to 61 products added to your cart in just a matter of a couple of seconds, and then you can just go through and you can adjust the quantities from here. Super easy, super flexible, super quick way to add a slew of products in one foul swoop rather than individually. The other things that we can do as well, as I said, so we can take a look at things like the kitchen bundle or a bathroom bundle. You know, you're going to need a ground fault or an art fault or some, 150 meters of 14.2, or you need 12.2, or you're going to need 4-inch wafers or whatever, right? You can create that list, and then you can go in and then just adjust the quantities accordingly for whatever the size and spec that that particular kitchen or bathroom or whatever is. You can do. We have a lot of customers that use it for based on size. So say you do bathroom or basement remodels, refinishing. You can do generally if it's over 1,000 square feet, or if it's a completely open room, or if it has multiple rooms in it, you can create lists accordingly based on that as well. And you can just add all that stuff to the cart and change the quantities. A lot of customers use it for a finishing material list, a rough-in material list, a resi rough-in, resi finishing, commercial rough-in, commercial finishing. If you're doing a multifamily, then we have a lot of customers that use lists in terms of just creating it for that entire unit or that entire floor that's being worked on at the same time, because they're usually cookie cutter. And so they create the list, and then all they need to do is go in and then update the quantities if need be. Within the product lists, you can also save the quantity as well. So if it is, for example, a multifamily or a cookie cutter, then if you have that in as 50, then it'll save as 50. When you add it to the cart, it'll carry through as 50. So you don't have to adjust the totals every single time. If you know exactly what it's going to be, you can create the kits around that as well. So there's just a couple of different ways that you can use product lists. You can get very creative with them. You can, the other nice thing about product lists as well is that you can share it. So the sharing of the list will share it with everybody that has access to your company. So that list that we were taking a look at before of all those 6 employees now have access to this list. They don't have the ability to edit the list or remove anything from it because you're the owner of it. But if you want to create a list and disperse it amongst your employees in the field, and then you can control and update it accordingly, and all the updates and everything automatically populate to your employees' devices. And you can see shared lists here on the left. So this is custom quote 123. So this has been shared with me by another one of my email addresses. So wes.penrose@sonopar.ca shared this with me, and see I can therefore leverage the lists that other people have created as well. We also have public lists, which are in every single account by default. So pretty standard materials that are in all of the accounts as soon as you when you log in. So if you can use these instead of using the search. And so this is an AC90 list, for example. We have them for Datacom. We have them for PVC and EMT fittings. We have them for most of our standard wire, T90, RW90. We've got our general building wire and everything in there as well. So all of these lists and everything are in the account by default as standard as well that you can access also. So as I said, again, really flexible, especially when it comes to the product lists, creating them any way that you want, organizing them and structuring them any way that fits your business to be able to create quick and timely ordering and management of particular products if you wanted to keep an eye on spec and if you wanted to make sure that they're ordering stuff that you want to that either you have a special price on or that you that is spec'd out or just generally easily based on a room, floor, whatever. Worth noting that we can also create these for you as well on your behalf. So if you do have lists that you have currently, that's we can also create these. You don't have to create these individually on your own. If you send us the lists, we can do that also. Okay. Let me switch back over. Oh, I canceled it completely, didn't I? Sorry. All right. So yeah, as I said, 24/7 access to quotes. Create lists for anything you can share with your employees, and we can also create the lists for you as well. I have a warehouse. I hold stock. How easy it is for me to restart you know, do I have to walk the warehouse and key in orders every single month when I'm restocking? The answer is no. I need to manage inventory for a project. We've got a Gescan on site storing supplies. What are my options? We do have a vendor managed inventory solution that does support auto replenishment. So we can base it off of min-max levels. If you are running a project, we can set up a VMI on site for you that will have that we can set up min-max levels for. If you have 500 of something, your max is 500, your minimum threshold is 50. When the ordering gets to that 50 point, then it automatically triggers an order in the system to top up to that 450 mark, and it'll be created and then delivered to site. You can also base it around dates as well. If you have a warehouse and you only want to do a restocking order once a month, then what we can do is we can take the previous month's orders and we can deduct what was ordered from what your thresholds are, or what your inventory is, and we can place an order automatically for the difference and have it delivered through to you. There's obviously order manual placement as well, but there's a whole slew of reporting also, right? So we can take a look at the usage that's in your warehouse or Gescan. If it's a project and the rough-in is or the below ground is finished and you're not using stuff anymore, we can have it pulled out and we can put in new stock that's you're going to be using depending on what stage of the project that you're in. If it's your warehouse, then we can offer reporting on products that are purchased outside of what's set up in your VMI solution or your vendor in your warehouse at your location, and we can make suggestions on what to potentially stock, because there's a lot of recurring orders that are being fulfilled by the branch, and so maybe it might be worth actually having that on the shelf in your warehouse. And also see slow moving stuff as well. If it only turns like maybe once a year, for example, we can take a look and we can provide feedback on maybe that's taking up a bit too much shelf space. You're not turning it very much. Did you want to change the min max? Do you want to get rid of the product entirely and just have it fulfilled from branch and do kind of one-off ordering as and when you need it? Extremely flexible tool, and completely available for anybody that holds stock or is running a project and is keeping product on site. And I forgot to get rid of that animation. So as you can see on the left-hand side, the image that just very beautifully came in. We offer barcodes, magnets to actually tag up your warehouse and the Gescan as well. It has our product code. It also has an image there as well. It's a little bit difficult to see, but there is an actual product image there to make sure that you're scanning the right barcode for a bit of a visual reference also. And we do these up, magnets, stickers. We do books as well, which I'll talk about on the next page. For that's free of charge in terms of setting up your warehouse to make it the most efficient that you possibly can. And then therefore, as you're going through, you're just going scan quantity. If you're doing manual, If you do an automatic, then it just takes it from the difference of what was ordered over the previous month or whatever that time frame is, and it shows up at your location ready to go. We also do barcode books. I know a lot of people are familiar with these. We have done thousands of them over the last couple of years, where we create custom books. It's basically very similar to what product lists are, but they're laminated, visual. A lot of service people, we have a lot of service vans that actually have them stapled or tacked up to the back doors of their van, and for an easy visual for scanning and ordering. But similar deal, right? So we've got the description, we've got our part number, we've got a picture of what it is. Great for purchasing teams that might not be completely familiar with products, especially when it comes to invoicing and reconciliations. If you have purchasing or procurement teams that do from a reconciliation standpoint, they can take a look at the part number on the invoice and compare it with a visual. So even outside of just from a purchasing perspective and scanning it to actually order, we have a lot of individuals that just use it as a point of reference as well. And we can create these custom to whatever you want. We can do top 100 products that you purchase on a regular basis. We can do custom lists similar to what we did for product lists. We can do it pretty much any way that you see fit and that you'll find value in using. And similar deal from the product lists, instead of going through 67,000 products or walking through the aisles in our branch and picking stuff up and putting on your cart, not sure exactly where it is, you can scan it up, prints in the branch, and it'll be picked or in the process of picking and ready to go by the time you get there. Great option, like at nighttime, again, so outside of business hours, service vans, you get back to your place and you can just quickly do a top-up order for the following morning and then just go to the branch. Already prints, everything's connected automatically, and your order will be either waiting for you or in the process of being picked in the morning when you get there to pick it up. So you can save time in the branch in the morning also. You don't have to wait in line. You don't have to go through the warehouse picking stuff up. It'll be it's all done for you. Our scan and go functionality is a really great way to save on labor costs. So everything's a race to the bottom right now. We know it's an extremely competitive market out there. How do I save on labor costs? How can I save on my labor? So Scan and Go is a fantastic option for that. We have Scan and Go counters or Scan and Go rooms set up in all of our branches across Gescan. And for anybody that's not familiar with it, the way that it works is that the mobile app, as your employees or as you're walking the warehouse, if you're taking the time to scan either the racking or the product on or the barcode on the product itself, as you're adding it to your trolley, you create that cart in the app and you do the scan and go checkout, which is just via that QR code, which is really small there. It's just one screen, enter your PO, click through, print straight away. What that does is that prints at our express counter, and that gives you the access to just complete the transaction and at our express counters. So what the express counters are is it's a save time, skip the line. So you think the morning lineup, some of our busy branches, 20, 30 people deep in the morning waiting to get to the counters. If you have everything that you need and it's on your cart, you can quickly scan it, do the scan and go transaction, go to the express counter. One of the counter associates, when they're finished with whoever they're working with currently, will go over, help you out, grab the paperwork. It's a quick Costco check to make sure that what's on the cart is on the invoice and you're not paying too much or you didn't order too much, to make sure that then sign the signature back at your invoice and then you're out the door, right? So scanning the products, adding it to cart. As you're adding it to the cart anyways, you're just doing it to the virtual one as well. Walk up to sort of finish the transaction, walk up to the express counter, waving and smiling at everybody that's waiting in line, probably getting frustrated with you and wondering why on earth you're not standing in the same line that they are. Present your order number, sign, out the door. Saves a huge amount of time in the morning to be able to get to the site and get started that much quicker. Some other common questions: can I use my own part numbers? Absolutely, you can. And also, can I get an export of everything I purchase to update my pricing? So if you maintain your own pricing file internally that you quote off of, if you have an internal system that you use, we can connect directly to it, so you don't even need an export. We can connect directly to it, and then in turn you can push back as well. But we can also provide you with a pricing export as well. Generally, it's on a monthly cadence. And then also we require, in order for the pricing, we require day-to-day the warehouse purchasing to be done through a digital tool, but absolutely we can provide you with that export. In terms of part numbers, we can add the part numbers to the search engine on the website, and we can also add the part numbers to our ERP as well. So we can add the part numbers into SX, which are into the branch terminals. So on your invoicing, when you receive your invoice, it'll have our part number, but it'll also have yours listed below it as well, which is pretty good when you're thinking about reconciling invoices and everything also, right? If you see your part number there also. But you can set what's called a personal code, which is your part number for any of our products on the website. So I did a few of them earlier for in an ever technical, I did for wafer, I believe. Yeah, so you can see here that shows up on your quick list. So my personal code is for wafer for this one. So now it shows up, and so it shows up top of the search results. Same thing with rectangle light. Extremely technical, I know, but this the troffer, you can see here rectangle light. You can either click through to it, or you can add it to the cart directly from there. So if you do have your own part numbers that you use, and you want to use that for searching on the website rather than having to do a generic search or to do a part search of our own part numbers, then absolutely you can do that, and it populates within the Bloomreach search engine and for the one on the website, and you can leverage the power of that to be able to find stuff super quickly the way that you know them. There's obviously also synonyms and trade slang and stuff within here as well. So some of the trade slang that is used for products are in here also. And if you see stuff that you don't recognize or see stuff that isn't coming up, then if you let us know, then we can fix that as well. So to improve the search experience also. The other thing that I wanted to mention is that we can do it automatically also. So again, if you send us that list of what your part numbers are, we can match it up against what you frequently purchase, and then we can upload it on your behalf also. You don't have to go through, you don't have to add them to every single product manually. We can do that on our side as well. Okay. So let's go here. I've got a couple seconds left before I want to hand it over for any sort of Q&A. So what's next here? So last thing I'll cover off is business and training audits. So we do offer audits. So I do have a slew of digital specialists that work out in the field, and we do audits for companies on a regular basis, free of charge. What we do is we come in, we talk with the owners or talk with whoever, and we understand what your requirements are. What are you looking to accomplish here? What kind of efficiencies are you looking to take place? Where do you think things are a bit bottlenecked, or you think that things can be done just a little bit more efficiently, but not really sure where to begin or don't have the time to kind of dig into it? That's what we're for. That's what my specialists are for. That's what they do best. They will review your current processes. They'll sit down with your purchasers if you have purchasers. They'll talk to your service people. They'll talk to anybody that does ordering or inventory management across your company. And then we'll take a look at recommended solutions, tools, software, whatever that could create efficiencies in your business. It might not necessarily be a Gescan tool. It might be that the solution is something that's third party, but something that we know of, that we know that you could benefit from, an estimating tool that plugs into our system, which is or that's a third party, or an inventory management system that's a third party. And the purpose of these audits is to create efficiencies for your business, not to push just a single line of tools like a website and mobile app alone, right? It's how do we create that kind of full circle for you to for your businesses to operate more more streamlined and more efficiently, so you can so ultimately you get more business and make more money, right? We also do onboarding and training sessions on a very regular basis. We can do them virtually, we can do them in person, we can do them at a branch. We can get large teams in a room at the same time. We can split it up. We can do whatever sees fit for that works best for your company. We do lunch and learns where we'll bring in lunch and have everybody come in and go through initial onboarding and training to make sure that the basics of the app or the website is understood and used, and how they can utilize them, and why it's important for them that they utilize them, because it's important for you. So if anybody has any interest or requests in an audit or training, then please reach out to your sales rep or branch manager or any of the digital specialists to look at booking something in. So just a quick recap here, 9 minutes. So manage users, quick and real time, permissions, specific ordering, requesting a quote anytime, anywhere. Think about that after hours if you're stuck on something and you need to flip and convert it, or even if you're in like a noisy environment, if you're on site, you can flip it without having to call the branch. Product lists, get creative with them. Find ways to utilize any way that values you. VMI, save time counting, automatic replenishment. Barcode books. Why go through 61,000 products when you only need 300? Scan and go, part numbers, pricing exports, digital, and then utilizing our digital specialists as well. And there are lots more. We have integrations that we can do into systems. We have eLink that uses AI to recognize if you send in like a PDF, we can use AI to actually recognize the parts on that PDF and create a quote in the system. So instead of emailing it through and waiting for somebody to pick up that email and take a look at it, it's all completely automatic, and it creates a quote in the system. And then all we do is just let your sales rep or let the branch know that it's ready for them to take a look at. So super easy, super efficient. These are just some very, very top level things, and hopefully some things that you can take away and get the gears turning to be able to utilize our digital tools within your business to create those efficiencies, and reach out with any questions. So these are my contact details. I put it in here because everybody's getting a copy of the presentation, so you don't have to worry about copying it down or anything like that, because you'll have them, and then a QR code to the website, as well as a QR code to download the new mobile app. But that's kind of what I wanted to go over. I wanted to show you a little bit of the website, a little bit, and then a little bit of the functionality and everything behind it. And I know that everybody knows we have a website, and I know that you've got lists that you can do, but maybe just a little bit of an idea on how you can use them, or how different customers leverage them differently. How you can leverage Scan and Go a little bit differently, or how you can leverage our barcode books a little bit differently, whatever. But anyways, thank you very much. Appreciate the time to listen to me talk, and very quickly, I'm sure, but thanks very much for that. And if there's any questions, I am more than happy to answer them. Or if anybody has any questions about anything else digital related, more than happy to talk through them at this time.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Wes, for that insightful presentation. I know it was a lot, but we do have some questions here for the last 6 minutes we have left in the webinar. So a question from Dave. Is there a way to delete a personal code on a product? Gescan changes SKU and products all the time, and old product codes become invalid. It would be nice to be able to delete the personal code and change it to the new product.
Yeah, good question. So within the personal code, so if I understand correctly, you've got test 1, 2, 3 in here, and then so that's your personal code. If you wanted to delete it, then you should be able to just
take it out. Screen?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
So that's a very good question. You should be, and you should be able to. I think we can do it on the back end, and I'm just taking a look right now, and I don't think that you can actually do it on the front. But that's a very, very good question. And anything that you need updating in terms of your personal codes, we can do. Yeah, I'm going to take that as a note in terms of if we can develop something where you can delete them yourself as well from the web shop. Good point. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Dave. I'll be giving Wes your email address as well. So you'll be the first to know once we have that available. Oh, Dave says that would be awesome. Okay, great. Next question is from Joel. What support tools are available in the app to help employees feel confident and comfortable with it?
Within the app itself, so well, all employees have access to a test account within the app, so you can play around with it and learn without accidentally placing an order. Within the there is some. We did run some training that I believe we have recorded that we can go through as well. But employees have access to our specialists as well. If you wanted to run through, or if you had any specific questions after you've had a bit of a play around and you can't figure it out, or if you had a bit of a niggle or a question or a blocking point, then absolutely reach out to myself or reach out to one of the specialists, and they can walk through it with you. But generally, as a rule, test account is in all the logins. If you don't have it, we can add it in there, and then you can play around and learn the functionality within it that way.
Awesome. A question from Dan from Bright Energy. Can we print our own barcode books?
You can print a variation. It's not great, and I'll be completely honest with you. We're working on it, but if I just share quickly here, it's oh, where's my browser? There it is. So you can print your lists. So if I have, what have I got here? My kitchen bundle. So you can, if you go to export PDF, export to PDF from your, so say you have a product list created, you want to export it, export PDF. You've got there's a barcode box here that you can tick. You can include your price as well if you want. Then you can go export, and it should print off. Yeah, so there you go. So what you can do is it will have the barcode here, and then you can print this off and use this for your own record. What the one thing that I'll say is that the barcodes in this is based off of the UPC code. So if it's a brand product like a Siemens product or an ABB product, then it'll be great. If it's a generic product like wire, for example, that uses a GES part number, or pipe, that's an EMT part number. That's a generic part number that we have set up in the system, and there's no UPC code attributed to it, so it's not going to print the barcode on this instance. That's why I said that. That's why I said it's good and not so good. But if it's all stock and part stuff, then from specific vendors, then absolutely you can go into your product list, export it to PDF, and just make sure the barcode box is ticked, and it'll print it out for you. If you have generic stuff, then we could always just do a wire one and send it to you, or we can just do an EMT one or an ENT one and send it to you if you want some of the generic ones as well, so you have those also. But if there's anything that you want on the fly, then you can do it by exporting it with the barcode from the web shop.
Awesome. And we have about a minute left. So for anybody that has more questions, feel free to submit them while we have Wes on the line. Question from Ron. How do we use the job builder option?
Good question. I didn't cover off the job builder for the sake of time. But what job builder does is it gives you the ability to create an estimate for your customer. So you can create a job, and in here, job name is Wes Bathroom Reno. Job description, we'll say it's the same thing. It's a new one. And then you can set your margin. So if you want to say, oh, I'm not sharing my screen. I do that all the time. I'm sorry. Let's go here. So the job builder tool in the top here, create a job. I created West Bathroom Reno. You can do a profit. Say I want to make 20% off of that, off of this job, and then I save it. Now what you could do, and then now what you do from here is you add in products. Now you can add them from here which is like, so the standard Q115. So you can see that in this test account, the cost price is 1165. We set the global margin at the beginning here, so it automatically adds the 20%. So your sell price or your quote to the customer is going to be 1456. You can also add in labor or freight. So say transit, whatever, it's a site. So you can actually add non-procurement stuff in here as well. So transit, the price is $1 and it is, I'm traveling 50 kilometers to site to get to your location. So therefore it's going to be, should update, but it's going to a margin of minus 3,900. I'll have to take a look at that. But the thing is that what you can do is you can create this and then you can export it and you can send it to your customer right from here. So you can quote right on site. You can use a personalized header, so you can upload your own logo to it, and you can include the address. You're going to want to, so the sale price, you're not going to want to include margin and cost price and stuff like that, obviously, but what it'll do is it'll create a PDF for you to be able to forward through to your customer. Well, there's the transit there. So it calculated correctly. So 6250 for transit, the one breaker or however many things you want to add, 1456. So the quote to the customer is 7706. And what this also does is it also saves it. So you can go back into the job builder afterwards. So the customer's like, yep, let's go for it. Then instead of finding all those parts again, you can just add everything to the shopping cart because it's all in one. Obviously, it's not going to add transit, but all the stocking products and everything that you quoted is all sitting in this job. So you can go and you can either revise it or you can add the whole thing to the cart. When you are in product specifically, you have so when you go to a product page, for example, they want a breaker and they also want this panel. You can add it to a job. You add to, and you can add it to that job, Wes's bathroom reno, or you can create a new one. So I want to add it to Wes bathroom reno. I go back to my job builder, and you can see I now have 3 products in there and here. So you don't have to type in the SKU. If you find the product, you can add it to any existing one, or you can also create a new one as well. And you can see it calculated with a 20% global margin on that as well. So if you don't have a quoting software, you don't have a quoting system, then you can use this as a way to get a copy of a quote, including non-stock material, including your header, your logo, and including a margin as well to directly to a customer. That, in a nutshell, is how the job builder works.
Awesome. Follow-up question from Brad. Once the job list is created on the website, will it automatically show on the app?
Yeah, absolutely. So if I do, Annika, you want to switch over the sharing just really quickly?
There you go.
Okay, so I'm going to share, it says I'm not the presenter. It says I'm not a presenter there, Annika. Yeah.
Let me change it back and change it again. There you go. How about now?
No.
Oh. Make organizer. How about now?
Do I need to go back into it? Am I on?
I think you might have to refresh. Just some technical issues, guys. Hold on.
Yeah, it's not
for those that need to go as well, it's all good. We'll be sharing the recording later, but for those who still have questions and want to talk to us, feel free to stay on the line.
Yep, absolutely. To share your screen, ask the organizer to make you a presenter.
It already told me that you are a presenter. It says right here. Oh, no.
Okay, let me try it.
Might have to join again.
I'll do it.
Sorry about that.
All right. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. I'll pull up the mobile app for you and I'll show you.
There you go. I will try that again. There we go. Okay. How about now?
There we go.
There we go.
Okay, can you see the mobile app?
No, it is just a black screen.
Doing that again. Okay, stop screen sharing. More, share, entire screen.
There we go. Perfect.
Okay. Oh, it's moving slow. Okay, so this is the app. I am in the same account, the test account. So yes, so in the my lists at the bottom, so you can see that all of the lists are in here as well that I created, and they are done on the fly. So it'll take, I think it's like maybe a minute or so before it refreshes on the mobile app, but but yes, so once it's created in one, then it will update to the others. So you can see that you can get to it from the bottom here, and you can scroll across here. So you can see the shared lists, the ones that are shared with you. You can see the private lists, as I said, your van restocking, an exact same deal, right? So you can add all to cart, add them all to the cart. Yep, sure do. And then you can update the quantities and everything in the cart. Or you can, and you can share them as well. So you get ... And then you can copy the list, delete it. You can rename it from here also, or you can unshare it as well. So if you don't want to share it anymore, you can unshare that list. So it's been unshared. Or if you want to share it also, then you can share it also from here as well. So it's not just on the web shop that you can do that with. It's you can do it in the app. And then you can create lists from here as well. But we are also working on a new home screen that's going to have the widgets and everything at the top. That's going to make it a little more user friendly to be able to find stuff. But same thing. I'm going to test myself here. So where is it? Have I got the different account? So the search does take a little while to sync, but the lists, like when I created the 4-way from the rectangle light, those take a little bit to sync with the mobile app in terms of search, but the product lists and everything are created pretty much right away. Are there any questions about the new mobile app or while I've got it up and on display?
Awesome. And Brad just sent a couple thumbs up. Oh, we got it. Brad says, okay, thanks. Looks easy enough. There we go. All right. Well, I'll leave a couple seconds for any last minute questions while Wes has the mobile app, in case anybody has issues or questions around that. All right. For any questions that do come up after this webinar, I will be sending a post-webinar survey, and you could submit those questions there. Or you also have Wes's contact information if you want to reach out to him directly on any of those projects or questions. So thank you again, Wes, for this insightful webinar, and thank you everybody for taking the time out of your day to attend this with us. So have a great rest of your day.
My pleasure. Thanks, everybody. Really appreciate the time.